Omar, let's talk a little bit about laundry cares and community
Hmm.
engagement.
Hmm.
The Clean Show was in your hometown in the last one in 2022, and you
Hmm.
were part of a huge free laundry event
Correct.
during that show or right before the Clean Show. Tell me about
Hmm.
that. What was that experience like? Why was that important that Skyline be part of that free laundry and literacy event? And what does that mean to you?
So as a kid growing up, I've always helped the less fortunate, right? When I was in high school and middle school, I used to help. I used to go to I'm forgetting the word, what it's called, but where the special aid kids are on the
Hmm.
wheelchairs, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
That are completely handicapped, and I've always had a soft touch of doing during lunchtime or when people would go play outside sports. I would be there pushing wheelchairs around and helping, the teachers. And I'm not bragging about myself, but I've always done that since I was in elementary school. I was actually known in my schools that, hey, call Omar if you need an extra help. And I would get called on the microphone sometimes. Hey, we need an extra hand. Omar, can you please come, to this side of the school?
Sure.
Um, so I've always done that. And then when I was in college, feeding homeless, and getting groups together, or there were organizations in Atlanta. And on Saturday morning, 7 a.m., we're getting together, packing, hundreds of food boxes or clothes or, random stuff. And we're doing food drives around town. Um, and then when I, when I, when this came about of giving back, actually before this one in 2018, we we hosted and this was not part of Laundry Care. This was not part of any organization. This was just
Mhm.
solely us, right? Our family.
Okay.
And we set up a health fair outside of one of our other stores. So we had a full medical team, pharmacist, dentist, a barber. We had Chick-fil-A sponsor free food, and and what else was there? And a food drive. I mean a clothes drive.
Okay.
And so we had this empty lot right next to it that is part of our building, and we had a full team, right? And we implemented those same people basically at the Laundry Cares free laundry day event that we hosted. So it was just funny. It worked out where because they were just they were already familiar with how the free laundry, and we didn't do free laundry day at that time. We just did a health healthcare drive. But we learned from that, we
Mm.
got a smaller response because we didn't do the free laundry day, right?
Mhm.
But this time around, when we did free laundry day and the healthcare drive, there was
Mhm.
over almost 200 families that showed up, right? So at that time, it was about 100 families, but this time it was about 200 plus families that showed up, right? We had almost 350 people that showed up or more. So it was a good turnout. It was a good turnout. It's an humbling experience that
Mhm.
um, God put allowed me to be on this side of the spectrum, not on that side of the spectrum. So I'm all for it. That some people say it grows their business. To me, whether it did or not, honestly, it doesn't matter. Initially, in my mind, I was like, yeah, it's going to grow our business. It's going to be a good marketing tool. But I changed
Mhm.
my intentions. I'm like, no, um, we're going to do this just because we want to give back, and that's it. And whether that grows the business, great, and it doesn't, it's okay. We just want to give back. So when the next time comes around and when it's time to do it again, I'm gonna go in full in again. So
Right. Building the business isn't really the point. It's making a difference in the community.
yeah,
I
for sure,
yeah, yeah.
absolutely,
What
100%.
what other types of community outreach are you doing? Are there any other programs that you're doing
So
for the
I
neighborhoods?
help out. Yeah, so not particularly where my laundromats are, but
Mhm.
there's a huge refugee population here in Atlanta that they come from all over, the world, and I've been part of that since 2009. So basically, since I was in college.
Sure.
And what we do with that is, and whoever's watching this and wants to do this for the homeless or refugees or whoever, right?
Right.
I What we'll do is I'll reach out to family and friends and be like, hey, you have stuff to donate? I'll come pick it up. Or bring it to my house. As long as it's not torn, as long as it's not, as long as it's usable and, and someone can wear it and use it and it's in good condition, right? Whether it's furniture, whether it's clothes, whether it's kitchen items, perishable items, whatever that's in good condition.
Mhm.
Either I'll go pick them up and toss them in my truck, and then and go donate it over there, and then and that's a different conversation. Or people will bring it to my garage, and we'll put a pile and put in my truck, and we'll get a couple people together, friends together, and we'll go and distribute everything from apartment to apartment. And obviously, there's one person over there that's guiding us and telling us and taking us from apartment to apartment, and then we'll just go have a good lunch or dinner afterwards, right? So that kind of stuff I'm part of. I help out a lot. A couple of years ago, when I moved into my neighborhood, I reached out to the HOA and I told them, hey, there's a U-Haul truck coming to pick up a couple sofas. If anyone else wants to donate, you can maybe send out an email. And literally 14 homes participated. And from 2 sofas, a packed U-Haul went back to the refugees, right? And it was a beautiful moment, because people that don't know anything about refugees, or had maybe never supported refugees, and with one email and within a 4-day turnaround, a packed U-Haul went back to the refugee site. And so you can always do that. It's all about when you want to, how you want to do it, who you want to do it with, where you want to do it. But when you do it a hands-on experience, it's an humbling experience versus just always just sending money out somewhere and you have no idea what's going on with your money.
Right. That's amazing. And as you say, there's certainly plenty of opportunities for people who do want to get involved, and it can kind of change you a little bit, I think.
For sure,
Yeah.
100%. It gives you a different perspective about life.
Right. Right.
It slows you down, like when because
Yeah.
you're every day you're hustle bustle,
Hmm.
taking kids to school, your work, employees, bills, taxes, insurance, like accountant, lawyer, like there's like things beating you, punching you from different angles all day,
Yeah.
every day,
Yeah.
right? And then
Yeah.
you go do this for a couple of hours once a month or once every
It,
couple of months. It just slows everything down
it
for
changes.
that.
Yeah, it changes your
Yeah,
focus, and certain things maybe aren't as important as perhaps you thought they were.
absolutely,
After spending a few hours doing that. No, that's great stuff.
100%,
It's so
100%.
interesting.